Good morning, 5K. So today we're going to be talking about reading a graph. And every day we've been, in the month of September, we have been reading our weather graph and telling who has the most, who has the least, if there are any ties. We've been talking about that. So today we're going to read a different kind of graph. This graph is called How We Come to School. This is not about the weather. This is about how the children in our room come to school. And this graph doesn't go up and down. This graph goes side to side. So we're going to read it left to right. So I want you to look here. And here you see a bus. So our graph is how we come to school. Do some children take a bus to school? Some might. I've had children in other classes previous years who have ridden the city bus to come to school. Do some children walk to school? Do they live so close that they can walk? Or do children take a car to school? So I texted your grown-ups, your dads and your moms, and asked how you come to school if we were in school. And some of your parents texted me back. If you don't see your name up here, that's okay. It's okay. Your parent was just busy and couldn't text me back. So I'm going to read the graph. I wrote all of your names, if your parent texted me, on a sticky note, and I stuck it on here. By the way, your parent said you would come to school. If you were here, you would have written your own name on the sticky note, and you would have come put your own name up here on the graph, and then we would have talked about it. But you're not here, so I had to text Dad and Mom. So we had nobody say that they took a bus to school. And we had one friend, London. Her mom said she would walk to school. She lives so close she could walk. These children, their parents said they would take a car. So Jaden would come to school in a car. Mitchell would come to school in a car. Caleb would come to school in a car. Samir, Tamia, and Bridget would come to school in a car. DeAndre, Prince Ellis, and Karina would come to school in a car. Khalil, Zaya, Jordan would come to school in the car. I would come to school in a car. And so would Kylan. She would come to school in a car. So I want you to look at the graph of our children. Who has the most? Which way of coming to school has the most tags on it? Bus, walking, or cars? Who has the most? Yeah, cars does, because look at all of these tags that are up here. You don't count any of these empty squares. Nope, because there's not a name there, so you can't count those ones. Coming to school by car definitely has the most. Let's count and find out how many of us come to school by car. Count with me, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to write a 14 way over there. How would I write a 14? What does a 14 look like? Do you know? It's a teen number, so that means a 1 goes first. And I said it was 14, so then I need to write a number 4. 14 children come to school by car. Who has the second most? Which way of coming to school has the second most? Yeah, walking, where you see the foot. How many children walk to school? Let's count. 1. We know how to write the number 1. And which way of coming to school has the least? Who has the least? The smallest, yeah. Taking a bus. How many kids take a bus? 0. 0 children take the bus to school. Awesome. So when we read a graph, my loves, what we do is we always look at what we're graphing. We read the name, the title of the graph. So we graphed how we come to school. And I put your name up here if your parent texted me. And now we can see, oh, wow, most children take a car to school. Nobody takes a bus to school. And one child walks to school. So a graph can tell us lots of information. My loves, what I would like you to do next is I would like you to take out your packet. So this morning, you colored the picture of Adam and Eve when they disobeyed God by eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So you colored this. So what I want you to do is turn to the next page. And you see 7A up here at the top. That's what I want you to take out and open up to is page 7A. I'm going to take the graph down. And I'm going to put that here. You should have out your worksheet 7A. The next one in the packet. All right, my loves. You have out your paper. Please also take out a pencil. We always just use a regular pencil. We're not going to use any colors to write with. We want everything, I'll scoot you closer. We want everything done in a pencil. So please take out a regular pencil that looks like this. Write your name at the top and then stop. Park your pencil. Make sure your name is nice and neat. Please make sure that you are doing all of the handwriting by yourself, okay? Your mommy should not, or your daddy should not be writing this with you, okay? Make sure you are doing it. Daddies and mommies can look over your work, okay? But don't have them do it for you. We need to write some numbers first. So your pencil is parked. You wrote your name. We need to write some numbers. What is that first number up here that we are going to write? We're going to write the number, the 2. Trace the 2. You're going to go up to the top, curve around, staying on the gray line, slide to the right. Park your pencil. What is the next number that we are going to write? What number is that? Yeah, the number 3. We practiced writing this yesterday. Remember, you're going to curve around to the middle and around to the bottom. So go up, touch the top, halfway around, and around again. If you have a loop in your 3, please make sure that you erase that. There should be no loops. 2, 3, and our next number is 7. Slide to the right on that top line and then slant down. Slant means it's a crooked line. It's not straight up and down. It's a little crooked. 2, 3, 7. What would come next in the pattern? 2, 3, 7, and then we start over with a 2. 2 would come next, and then you're going to make it 2. Make sure you go up to the top line. Start at the chocolate chip, go up and touch the top. Do you see how I did that? Go up and touch the top, curve around, and slide to the right. All right, park your pencil and touch and count with me. Ready? Go. 2, 3, 7, 2. What would come next? Do it one more time. 2, 3, 7, 2. What comes after a 2? Here's a 2. What would come next? 3. If you said 3, you were right. So you're going to go up and touch the top line. Curve around to the middle and round to the bottom. Park your pencil. Take your finger. Let's touch and count because that helps our brains know what number comes next in the pattern. Ready? Go. 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 7. You got it. So you're going to slide to the right and then slant down. Park your pencil. Now, my sweets, you see 2 different colored hands up here on the board. You have 2 hands, and they are pretty much exactly the same. They look the same, don't they? But one of your hands is your left hand, and one of your hands is your right hand. So we're going to talk about that. This hand right here, this green hand, says left on it. So this hand right here that makes the letter L is your left hand. L for left. I want you to make an L with your left hand and say, this is my left hand. This is my left hand. And over here, this hand is your right. Say, this is my right. This is my right. Awesome. If you have your name tag in front of you, your green name tag or your yellow name tag, you have a blue left hand and a red right hand. Okay, one more time. Let's practice this again. This hand over here that makes the L is your left hand. Say, this is my left hand. Good. Now put this hand up and say, this is my right. Good. This is not an L. That's backwards. So this is not your left hand. Okay, let's play a little game. Ready? I want you to put up your right hand. Raise your right hand. This is my right. Good. Now I want you to put up your left hand. This is my left hand. Okay, ready? Let's do it one more time. Put up your left hand. Good job. And now put up your right hand. Left, right. Now I want you to look at these two squares, okay? Your pencil is still parked on the table. It says point to the square on the right. Which one of these hands says right? This one. This is the square on the right. This is my right hand. It says write the number 4 in the square. So you're going to take your pencil. This is the square on the right. You are going to write a number 4 inside the square. Park your pencil on the table. Your next direction says point to the square on the left. Well, this is my left hand, left. This is the square on the left. It says, so you're pointing to it, write the number 3 in the square. So take your pencil. You are going to write the number 3 halfway around and around again. Park your pencil. My turn first. This is my left hand. Good job. This is my right. Awesome. All right. Listen very carefully. You need your pencil, your red, and your blue. Pencil, red, and blue. Go. Pencil, and your red, and your blue. This is what you need. And then you can park them on the table. Pencil, red, and blue. Park them on the table. All right, we need to read the directions. It says, color the circles red. What does a circle look like? Yeah, it's round. How many sides does it have? 0. How many angles does it have? 0. All right, so let's color the circles red. So everywhere you see a circle in this box, you're going to color it red. Make sure you are doing the coloring, my dears. Don't have your parent helping you. They can watch you. I want to see your good work and what you can do. All right, when you're done with your red, I want you to park it. And then the next direction says, color the squares blue. Which ones are the squares? Yeah. How many sides does a square have? 4. How many angles? How many corners? 4. Awesome. Take your blue, color the squares blue. Stay in the lines. Take your time. Even if you don't like coloring, even if it's not your favorite thing, you should still try to do your best, even if you don't like it. I like to color, but even if you don't like it, you should still try your best. I had to do that in school too. There are some things I didn't like to do. But if I did a messy job, then I knew that my parents were not going to be happy with me. and my teacher wasn't. So even if I didn't like to do it, I learned that I still had to do my best, right? So even if you don't like to color, please still do your best, because coloring neatly will help your handwriting be very neat. All right. Awesome. When you're done, you can park your blue. I don't have anything in my hands. Now it's time for you to use your pencil because we need to fill in these areas over here. It says how many circles. Take your finger, let's touch and count how many circles we colored. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. So take your pencil. Do not use a color. You are going to write the number 3 up here. You're going to start under that top line. You're going to go up and touch the top line, bump to the middle, bump to the bottom, park your pencil. Then it says how many squares. What I want you to do is take your finger, you parked your pencil, touch how many squares. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So take your pencil, not a color. Please take your regular pencil. You're going to touch right on that top line, go down to the middle, slide on the middle line, and cut it in 2. Park your pencil. Then it says how many circles and squares all together. That means we need to count all of them. All right, touch and count with me. I always start at the top because that's easier for me to count. All right, start at the top. Touch on your paper with me. Count them all. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, take your pencil, not a color, your regular pencil. You're going to write a 7. You're going to slide on that top line and slant on down and park it. All right, it says we're almost done. Number 4, how many are in each row? This is a graph, just like our graph that we just did a little bit ago about how we come to school. So let's circle how these children come to school. All right, let's count. Did I say circle? That was the wrong thing. Oh, silly Mrs. Barge. Sometimes teachers make mistakes too. Let's count how many buses, how many children take a bus. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your regular pencil, this one. And right here next to it, you're going to write 5. We counted 5 buses. So you're going to go down from the top to the middle line, around to the bottom, and a hat goes on top. And then park your pencil. All right, my loves, let's count how many children walk to school. Your pencil's down so you can count. Touch and count. Ready? Go. 1, 2. 2 children walk to school. So take your pencil. Right here, we're going to write the number 2. So you're going to curve up to the top line and around to the bottom and slide to the right. Hey, we just learned right. You slide to the right, going this direction. This is your right hand. Park your pencil. Now we need to count how many children take a car to school. All right, you don't have a pencil in your hand, so you can touch and count. Count with me. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your pencil. We need to write the number 4. So you're going to touch the top, go down to the middle, slide to the right. We know what direction is right. We just learned about it. And cut it in 2 all the way to the bottom. Keep your pencil in your hand. It says, circle the row with the most. So I want you to look at our graph. This graph is a little bit trickier than our graph. Who has the most, the biggest number? 5, 2, or 4? Who's the biggest? Who has the most? It's close, but it is 5. The buses have the most. So with your pencil, You have to be careful and only circle the buses. Do not circle the feet or the cars. I'm going to mark it wrong. You should only circle the buses because that one has the most. My loves, you are all done. So what I would like you to do now is I want you to ask your dad or your mom or whichever parent or grown-up is helping you with your homework, have them take a picture of this and put it in the math folder for today. All right, my loves, you did an excellent job, and I will see you soon for reading. Bye.